I wish I could see who's here. Let's see. Get on. We'll see. There we are. Wrong one. There we are. Wrong one. Well, we'll give it a minute.
Are we on?
Yeah. Oh, we've already got someone on. Nice. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
We'll give just another minute and allow some more people to come into the chat before we get started.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, she forgot to turn off the our YouTube.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining.
We're still new to this, seeing if we're on. Hey, Nat.
Oh yeah, it's Natalie.
Yes. I was telling Michelle today, she says, because my daughter's best friend name is Natalie also, and our name is Natalie, like 3 syllables. And Michelle says, I know she'll always say, this is my sister, Natalie. And it's like 2 syllables. Not a big deal. It's just, if it's your name, you know the difference.
That's what. Hey, hello. Welcome everyone. Glad so nice of you guys to join us in the YouTube chat. I know Michael, I know that's your actual name. You are a YouTube champ. You've been doing this for a long time. We're new into the game, so
Clearly.
yes. We're gonna give it just a couple more minute before we get started tonight. But thank you guys for joining in the chat. We appreciate all of you guys and ladies for when we say guys.
Yes.
Our parents are from Ohio, and we were raised saying you guys. So
instead of y'all, we
Yeah.
say, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we don't say y'all. We just generalize guys upon
Everybody.
both girls and men. So we are glad for you guys to be here.
Like people that say Coke when they mean Mellow Yellow.
Yes, in the South, everything's a Coke.
Right.
You know, you could be meaning a Sprite, you could be meaning anything, but you're gonna say, "Do you want a Coke?" It's a little confusing, but that's how we are in the South.
And people be like, what kind of Coke?
Yeah, what kind of Coke? You know, as if Coke's not its own thing.
Right, its own beverage.
Yeah, the South has its own little quirks.
It does.
But what do you guys call Coke? Do you call it soda? Do you call it pop? What is you people in the chat? What do you guys? How do you refer to?
Yeah, because in Ohio, where our parents come from, they call it pop, I think, most of the time.
Yes, I usually say soda if I don't say Coke. She said, "No, you're that's kind of you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you all." Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and start. We're going to record this. Soda for me, yes, yeah. Soda is what I usually say if I don't really drink soda, but
soft drinks.
Yeah, soft drink soda is usually what I say instead of just, do you want a Coke? Born and raised in Buffalo, pop.
Nice.
Yeah, pop. There's a lot of people that like to use pop, so hey, whatever. Soda pop. I mean, I get it. But we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and start. We're going to record this for podcast too, so I'll go ahead and get that going. So welcome to Force of Light Entertainment. I'm your host, Michelle, and with me is my co-host, my sister, Natalie.
Hello, Michelle.
This is episode 34, and if you have not yet, we please want to encourage you to subscribe to our podcast and give us a 5-star rating and review. Also, if you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, and give the video a thumbs up and share this YouTube channel. We're new, but we're going to start having different videos, live videos, or just shorter videos like I did by myself the other day. So make sure if you're listening on podcast to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel also, because we will have some unique content just that will strictly be on YouTube.
Yes.
But today, before we get started, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Drew Stapp, who listens to the podcast regularly.
Happy birthday!
Yes. He turned 32 today. Happy birthday.
It's a good age.
It is. And let's just hope that this year gets better. It keeps getting better. Let's say that.
Yes.
I think it can only go up. So
It's true.
yeah. So hopefully from
Unless
this day,
Godzilla comes next month.
yeah, you never know. So let's hope, Drew, that it gets better from here on out. But today we are going to be, it's going to be kind of, we've done this before. Occasionally, we always do it if we do a Wednesday episode. We have more of a relaxed discussion, and we're going to be doing that today.
Chill, man.
Yeah, we're going to be chill. Natalie and I recently have been seeing some 80s movies, some old 80s movies, both at home and on the theater. So we want to discuss some of the 80s movies that we've seen the last couple of weeks. And two of these, I have to admit, were my first time seeing them, which is kind of a shock. But one of them I've seen many, many times, but had never seen it on the big screen. So it was fun to get to see it on the big screen. So join the conversation and let's talk some 80s movies. All right. We'll begin. You guys in the chat, feel free to, to chat along.
Please do.
Yeah.
We encourage it.
Yes, definitely. We will start with we went and saw in theaters, and don't worry, guys, we were the only ones in the theater. I'm pretty sure we were safe, and they had taken a lot of precautions. But we went to the theater and we saw Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I'd have to say it's been a while since I've seen that particular Indiana Jones movie.
Me too.
But I really, really enjoyed getting to see it. I'd never seen it in theaters, obviously, because it came out before I was born.
Right.
But so it didn't work out to see it in theaters. But it was really.
When did that come out?
Does anyone in the chat know? I think like 82 or 83. No, I want to say 83. No.
Definitely probably early.
No,
80s.
it was 82, I believe. I believe it was the year before the Return of the Jedi. I believe so. I have to double check that, but I think it was 82. And so we saw Indiana Jones. And Natalie, anything you want to say about it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was telling Natalie. And
I like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, who doesn't like young Harrison Ford or any age Harrison Ford, really? But I was telling Natalie before we turned the live stream on that something it hit me as I was watching. In today's movie world, we're kind of drawn people like kind of the anti-hero, and I found it refreshing going back and watching Indiana Jones because. Sometimes I think in today's culture, we need maybe some more just Indiana Jones heroes where he's intelligent. I mean, very intelligent. He's Dr. Jones that he's, earned. And, but yet he also, it's not like he doesn't ever bend the rules. But yet he still is, he's still a good guy at the end of the day. And I really enjoyed the scene in the movie towards the end where he sneaks back onto it's the Nazis submarine, and everyone on the other ship, when they see that Indiana Jones got on safely, they begin to cheer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just one of those 80s things.
That would probably be considered cheesy today.
He's got Raiders 81. Okay, so Raiders came out in 1981.
And also apparently Michelle, Beavis and Butthead are coming back.
Are they really? No. No, that's not what it says. Oh, no, it does say Beavis and Butthead are. Oh gosh, I didn't know that Beavis and Butthead are coming back. Wow.
I didn't watch a lot of Beavis and Butthead.
I watched some. I watched like the movie.
I just remember like the Cornholio thing, like Cornholio. It's a terrible impression, but
yeah,
you guys know if you were fans.
I watched some, but yeah, he said Michael's got Raiders came out in 81. Oh, there were two. Are we getting two seasons, Michael, or there were just two seasons originally? I wasn't, like I said, I watched some, but I was so young when that was out.
And I also check out an 80s film called Scanners. I will check that out.
Okay, yeah. But anyways, I was saying I just kind of think we need some more Indiana Jones type heroes today. And as we kind of continue, and we can talk, you guys can bring up anything of these three movies. So we saw Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, which I have to admit, that was Natalie and I's first time seeing Back to the Future. somehow all these years I'd only seen bits and pieces of it on TV, but had
Yeah.
never actually seen the entire movie. So we saw Back to the Future, and then we saw, and I ashamedly have to admit again that he said it's getting 2 seasons. Okay, wow. So
Nice.
they're bringing stuff back, which actually is about to lead into something a point I wanted to make.
Butthead
Yes.
Beavis.
Oh gosh. So we also saw E.T. And that was my first time seeing E.T., believe it or not. Natalie had seen it.
Several times.
Yes. And I was just going to say, when I watched all these movies, it made me kind of realize, I think for today, I feel like there's not a lot of creativity today.
Yeah.
And you guys know that I love Star Wars. I love a lot of comic book things. But at the end of the day, where are the movies like Back to the Future? Where are the movies like E.T.? Where's the next Indiana Jones? And I just feel like, and Natalie, I'll let you talk. Or you can talk at any point. I just kind of feel like we're kind of at a place in movies where I saw it's like they're going to do a redo of Twister. Okay, look at this. In this week's news, they're bringing back Beavis and Butthead. There is they're going to redo Twister or something like that.
Did we need a redo?
I don't think we needed a redo of that. And let's see, there's another one. Oh, they're going to do another take on Pirates of the Caribbean with Margot Robbie. So everything is just kind of yeah, like there's really nothing new. That's a good point. Like
Yeah, everything's a remake.
everything's a remake or a spin-off, and where's the originality? Like that's kind of where I am today with movies after watching these movies and really appreciating some of the charm of the 80s. I just think that Natalie, I'll let you talk. You talk.
Sock dog. Yeah. I mean, kind of echoing just what you said. I think there is a lot of like, and like they're saying, like they're just doing repeats and stuff. And it's like, where are these writers and things to come up with these kind of more creative things? And I did really enjoy Back to the Future and the Johnny Be Good scene, like Gloin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, pointed out. But really fun movie and really creative.
Very creative.
And so I just wish we could get some more of that,
or even too, and I know this is breaking 80s, this is in the 90s, but we had recently watched together, or my niece and I watched together Jurassic Park, which came out in 93. And even that was something new back when that came out. So I don't know. I just feel we're kind of stuck in the mud in Hollywood, and we need some more fantasy, some more creativity. Hey, Radio Rebellion.
Hey. Oh, and I was gonna say I was talking actually to my daughter's friend, Natalie's dad, and I think he was an 80s kid, and he was saying the same thing just when I told him what we were going to be talking about tonight, how it's like Footloose and all these 80s classics they redo, and he's like, and they're just not good. He's like, leave them some of those alone, and just come up with new stuff, because like you're not going to make them better in most cases.
No, and I remember there was a rumor, and it's not coming to pass, I don't believe, but there was a rumor there for a while about them redoing The Princess Bride. It was like, oh gosh, no, like
don't touch it.
Like no, that you can't mess with The Princess Bride. But the bottom line, like I'm saying, is what do you guys think? What has happened to the creativity in Hollywood? Where are, and that doesn't mean I think there's all kinds of new stuff Star Wars can do that can be interesting and fresh and different. And I think they can even do some new stuff with comics. So I'm not coming against those things. It's just like it seems like in today's movies world, you either get comics or Star Wars, or occasionally a Jurassic World movie, or you get these smaller movies that I like. It's just, again,
are you talking about more like indie films?
More, yeah. Or
and I do love that kind of thing. I'll tell you, and I love a good drama. The one category I realize I really don't like, surprisingly, I'm not a big romantic comedy person.
Well, those have kind of gone to streaming. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like the romantic comedy is kind of dead because it just goes to streaming.
Right.
But he said he's given us some good recommendations here.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. We have a whole video talking about ET and the connections to Stranger Things, or how similar there's similarities
Yes.
between the two. So yeah, great
We are
pick.
big Stranger Things fans over
Yes.
here.
Yeah, we have a whole one of our videos, and it's all on Stranger Things. So check that out. But yeah, Stranger, but that's kind of the point. I feel like why we like Stranger Things so much, and so many people like Stranger Things, is it felt like something different. It felt like
Yes.
it was
Creative.
creative, like truly something that was creative and new, even though people also liked it because it reminded them of something old. It reminded them
Yeah.
of ET.
Like we said the
And
other night, they clearly took a lot of inspiration from things. And Michelle doesn't remember this movie, and I haven't watched it in a long time. But speaking of Stranger Things, like season three, The Never Ending Story, that was another kind of very original, creative 80s movie that
oh gosh.
I enjoyed it. Maybe I remember there were scenes as a kid that were kind of scary with the big cat and stuff, or the panther, whatever it was towards the end. But I mean, it was a cool kids movie, and I just don't think we one of those that adults can enjoy too. And I just don't think we see near as many of those anymore.
No. No, we don't see those. Or ET, like you said, ET, which Stranger Things, as he pointed out, it truly is the only thing similar to it where there's kids involved, but yet it's an adult story for the most part, or adults can enjoy it.
Yeah,
But I just think that there needs to be some more. We've got to have some more creativity in Hollywood. There's got to be something going on. Everything has to top 1 billion. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Michael. Yeah, if
right.
everything doesn't make $1 billion, then they're like, it's kind of like, what's the point anymore? It feels like for Hollywood. So I don't know what they're doing.
And I think, if you're always focusing on, and I understand people want to make money, but if you're always focusing on making that $1 billion, you're going to miss out on those cult classics that are going to be cult classics years later and people are going to love and appreciate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and even look at, how about they start focusing on making good movies too for less money? I mean, look at Joker. Joker became, I'm pretty sure it actually made the studio more money than Avengers Endgame because it cost them so much less money to make.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could get some more of those, like, to where if you just cut down the cost of how much it costs to make the movie, then you don't have to make $1 billion for it to be a success. So I think that, him saying that, uh I know you like Shazam was kind of creative. Birds of Prey was a
Yeah.
little bit creative, but those are all
Yeah.
comics. But again, where's the new franchise? Or not even a franchise. ET wasn't a franchise. It was just a solid movie that was creative.
Well, and I will say things like Hunger Games, and I know
Yes.
those were books first, but I think people were drawn to those because it was this kind of cool new concept, this world that this author had created.
Yes, and would you guys, cuz I'm actually reading The Songbird and Snakes, or whatever. I'm reading the prequel to the Hunger Games right now, or listening on audiobooks. Well, and it's made me want to go back and rewatch all the Hunger Games. So I think we may do in a few weeks an episode discussing the Hunger Games trilogy, because I love the Hunger Games
Yeah, me
trilogy.
too.
And something about the Hunger Game, we're just going to go wherever tonight, I guess. Something about the Hunger Games trilogy is that, to me, makes it so good is it has an important message. Like, there's very
Yeah.
powerful messages in the Hunger Games, and even reading this new book, I find myself yet again, I feel like there's some great messages going on in there too. Um, he said Hollywood has been great. Yeah, I mean Hollywood makes a lot of good stuff. I just think we need some more creativity.
Yeah.
Not just all these big blockbusters that we're all going to go see, but something, I don't know, something different. Anything you want to say?
I'm drawing a blank right now. Does anybody have any comments they want to share?
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys have
Any
to say?
anything you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I just say we'll go back to Indiana Jones. Uh, and what do you guys think? I mean, I like anti-heroes, but and but at the same time, that sometimes there comes a point where I don't like feeling conflicted with characters all the time either. Like, sometimes you just want someone you can fully root for, and not have to sit there and
And
feel.
I know what you mean because there has been, even just in like the past 10 years, let's say, there has been a big rise in television series of it's like she says the anti-hero and you're like, well, I don't really want to root for this person because they're kind of a crappy person. But yeah, it's like it's okay to just have a hero sometimes that like they do represent good morals or, things that we like in other human beings.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just, like I said, watching Indiana Jones, it was just like, where we need some more of these characters.
The Me Too Star Wars movement, I totally agree with you. That TV is the best it's ever been. That is where all the creativity is now. Totally agree.
Yeah, yeah, it really is because like I said, it feels like the big screen now is reserved for it's reserved for either these major blockbusters being uh the DC Marvel movies, Star Wars, or it goes totally opposite to these tiny little movies. There's like no it just goes from one extreme to the other. Was Ryan, hey Ryan, how are you doing?
He says, I think anti heroes are common because they are, I guess, more human and relatable than someone just all good. And I totally see that. But some of the ones I'm talking about, like, um, I'm not proud to admit I watched House of Cards and shows like that, but like not good at all. It's like it's beyond just like, yes, we're all human and we all have flaws, but I'm saying like they're just terrible people.
Well, and that's why I bring up Ryan, I bring up Indiana Jones because Indiana Jones has flaws. He's not perfect. I mean, he'll whip out a gun and shoot a guy. Like he doesn't care. I mean, Indiana Jones is definitely not some straight-laced character, but yet at the end of the day, he is the good guy. Like I even really enjoyed the Netflix show The Punisher, but even with the final scene of The Punisher, I really grew to like that or I really liked his character, but yet at the very final moment, he's like shooting these people, and it was just like, oh, like it was kind of like I felt conflicted again about this character, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Where like a Daredevil, you relate to his struggle, but at the end of the day, he is definitely a good guy. Where I guess that's what I'm kind of trying to say,
Yeah.
because it isn't realistic if they're flawless,
No.
because no one's flawless, but
We're all messed up.
you can have, well, I mean, you can all have flaws and have quirks and have these things and occasionally make the wrong decision, but not genuinely be an anti-hero. Like to me, like an anti-hero would be uh well, like the Punisher. Like that's a good anti-hero. And I enjoyed the Punisher, but at times I felt conflicted. At other times you don't because he's killing bad guys. But but other times you're like, could we have a little bit of mercy in the show?
Let's see. Gloin, who said I miss 80s John Hughes films. Me too. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I might have some of these wrong, but is that like The Breakfast Club? I love like Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, those kind of 80s movies. I love those too.
Yes, yeah, Ryan. They definitely have characters, and that's what we're saying. We're trying to say though, besides DC and
Yeah.
Marvel, besides Star Wars, we need Hollywood to come up with some new likable character. Oh, I can think of a great example of kind of an Indiana Jones character, but it goes back to what Michael said of everything creative being on TV. Hopper on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like Hopper's not perfect by any means. I mean, when you first meet Hopper, Hopper's a mess.
And those I think are the characters I'm attracted to the most. Like, we see their vulnerability and their flaws, but then the more we get to know the character, we see like the good heart that's inside. Even like on, if any of you guys are Walking Dead fans, I tried to get Michelle into it, but she just couldn't take all the goriness. But like, who's like one of the most beloved characters is Daryl. And he kind of, we meet him and he's this kind of redneck, like, but as the show goes on, the guy's got a heart of gold, and that's what you love about him. Hopper
Yeah.
can do no wrong.
Hop-
It's so true.
Yeah, Hopper can do no wrong. Hopper is an incredible character. But again, that goes back to what Michael said of all the good characters and things, all the creativity has been on television for the most part.
Yeah, I'm really not complaining about TV. They've got
No.
some awesome stuff.
Yeah, TV is great. We're talking about it'd be nice for again, think of these movies that we've thrown out. Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, E.T. These major movies that were fantasy oriented, that were kind of unique but demanded a big screen, were meant for a big screen. Like those movies are sorely lacking today, in my opinion.
We're just saying bring a little magic back.
Yeah, bring some magic back. Actually, we definitely need the magic. There's not too much magic going on right now in Hollywood. Right? Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely, Ryan. Totally agree. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of anything else that you guys want to say? Anything you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, we're open.
What? Well, Natalie, tell them what you thought of Back to the Future.
I really liked it and I thought it was really fun. And I think something to note too is I'm not saying like a 5-year-old would necessarily like it, but it's fairly family friendly, I think.
Yeah,
There's nothing really that bad. And I mean, yes, his mom is weirdly attracted to him.
yeah, I'd have to say that
But
Steve Harrington definitely, even when he's high after the Russians have drugged him, definitely nails
what was going on
what.
in that movie?
Yeah, the mom is definitely into her son. It's a little messed up.
She might have an agenda.
But it is a sweet story of
It
how
is.
he totally alters his family's life and
Yeah.
future, and it's a sweet movie. And I actually was on that lot that whole movie. If you watch that movie now, I don't know, you gentlemen are probably not Gilmore Girls fans, but I was like, well, that's Stars Hollow. They're in Stars Hollow right now because they're definitely on the main Warner Brothers lot, and where uh, Gilmore Girls was filmed and where Back to the Future was filmed. But it was just a charming movie, and then Michael J. Fox's character is so likable, and then Doc is
Yes.
so likable, and Doc's kind of odd, but
My daughter thinks he's hilarious.
yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to read these comments. Yeah, no, I agree, Radio Rebellion. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it is. And I think too Hollywood's kind of scared, like they're just going for what they know is going to make them money, which we all understand. You want to make money. It's just if they played it safe, there wouldn't be Star Wars.
That's literally exactly what I
Like
thought of.
that's my point. So
I mean, that was kind of a shot in the dark.
it was a total shot in the dark. And if you watch the documentary, uh, Lucas literally had one man in his corner, and that was it. This one guy at Fox was backed him up the whole way, and he was able to make Star Wars happen. But if like the studios today, I feel like they're playing it so safe of, oh, let's go back to Pirates of the Caribbean because that makes us lots of money, or all these different franchises.
And how many Pirates of the Caribbean?
I mean, there's already 5, and now we're gonna go back with Margot Robbie and do some different.
Okay.
It's not replacing the movies. It's just some different story, I guess, set in this world
Okay.
or something. But like I said, who's going to be the next George Lucas? What's going to be the next Star Wars or the next Back to the Future? I mean, where are these movies?
Right.
So,
And Gloin, Teen Wolf. I've seen parts of that a long time ago. I need to check it out again. I know it's kind of like I remember being at our old house, like so we were like it was before I was 10, like watching parts of that movie when he turns into the wolf. But I'll have to check it out again. And also,
yeah, I agree. Radio Rebellion, let the Terminator franchise go. Let's just say its best movie, in my opinion, is Terminator 2, and it probably just should have ended with Terminator 2.
yeah, she drugged me to see that latest one, and
I mean, there were parts we liked about it, but good lord, they killed John Carter, Connor, right at the beginning of the movie. It was like,
oh,
it was shocking. Like you kind of had to. It was kind of hard to let it go for the rest of the movie, which you kind of had to watch it.
I mean, Linda Hamilton was awesome.
Yeah.
It was cool to see her.
Getting to see Linda Hamilton and Schwarzenegger again on screen together was awesome. But so there were good moments.
But other than that,
but that one big issue was kind of hard to let go. Big Trouble, Little China. I've never seen that.
Yeah, me neither.
Hello from Greece.
Hello.
Yes, how are you guys?
How about The Rocketeer? I don't think I've seen that one either.
No, I've got so many 80s movies that I need to go see. Natalie's been trying to get me to watch The Heathers, which I need to watch at some point.
Talk about a cult classic. I mean, it's definitely kind of dark humor. Not the most appropriate, but it's funny. And there's a line in that movie. If you know that movie, I won't give it away or say it, but she'll know it when she hears it. That's pretty funny.
Uh,
I
it,
love my Dutch.
are there any other 80s movies you want to talk about, Natalie? You can bring something up.
Gosh, not that I can think of. I mean, gosh, I hate when I'm on the spot. It's like I'll think of 10 things when we get off of here.
Yeah, there anything you guys want to talk about? Because that's kind of like for us, like all I really wanted to say tonight was just kind of tell you the different movies we had seen and how I think there's a lot of charm in these particular movies and where's the next Indiana Jones? Where's the next Back to the Future? Where's the next CT? Where's the next Spielberg and the next Lucas? Like we need them to stand up.
Yeah.
And maybe it is the Duffer Brothers. And would you guys like I brought up I think on our last podcast that I would absolutely love for the Duffer Brothers to they are my pick to get to do something Star Wars related, maybe in TV,
Yeah.
but even maybe in a movie because they are so creative and so good at developing characters. And to me, Star Wars is what it is because of how much we love the original trilogy characters. So I think they would be an incredible pick.
Oh, I do
for
too.
Star
I mean,
Wars.
they are just seem to have endless creativity. And Gloin, I noticed you said you watched the 80s film National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every Christmas. Yeah, my daughter and I pretty much watch that one every one as well.
He said Howard the Duck. I've got to admit I've not watched Howard the Duck, but
Apparently there are a lot we need to catch up on. And I've never seen Top Gun, and I know that's such a famous movie.
I have to admit I've never seen Top Gun either, guys, and I feel like I need to watch it because Maverick's coming out, I believe this Christmas. And Natalie's man John Hamm is going to be in that movie. So she's definitely
I do like John Hamm.
She's definitely going to want to watch that. So
any other Mad Men fans here?
Yeah, do we have any Mad Men fans? That was a great TV show.
Yes.
So many great TV shows. And like we said, so many great movies. We go to great movies, but we just want some more creativity in the fantasy land type of thing. Land Before Time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Many times growing up. We saw that one a lot. Something I was thinking about earlier, and I think it's from the 80s or the early 90s, and I can't even remember what the name of it is. Do any of you guys remember there was a cartoon about, it was like a toaster. Like this toaster, Michelle, do you remember what
I know what you're talking about?
He goes on this adventure and there's like a broom and other household objects. And I remember we'd watch that at our grandmother's house all the time. And it's like, what is this movie about a toaster? But apparently we liked it because we watched it a lot.
I was going to say Ryan Bullock, he said, and that's a great pick, Ryan, Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins is someone I would absolutely love to see in the Star Wars world. She would be incredible. The Brave Little Toaster. That's it. That's exactly it. We're
not alone, right? Other people watch this.
Where's the Brave Little Toasters? I mean, why can't we get those movies back?
Those can stay in the
Yeah, we're fine leaving those there. She said Jordan Peele's the next Hitchcock. All of Jordan Peele's movies look so frightening that I can admit that I've never watched any of them.
Okay, what are some of his movies?
Get Out. What was the last one they just did? She can write it for me. He just came out with that last one with that family that was out. And then Candyman or something's his newest one.
I do like some scary movies. Michelle, not so much.
Yeah,
so I might have to check them out.
He said Christopher Nolan's the next Spielberg. Christopher Nolan has done some.
Yeah.
So, well, and that's what, these are great director. And I'm so excited for Tenet, by the way, because Tenet's something big and unique and different. So that's kind of what I'm expressing. But I think the movies I've hit in are specifically in the kind of the fantasy science fiction drama that I think Hunger Games would more relate to in that type of arena. Who's that? I don't know who
Dennis.
that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I just think we need some more, and someone said the Safdie brothers, with Uncut Gems. But that's my point. It's like
I still need to watch that.
So much stuff goes like that where it's like either old. I feel like again we either go Star Wars comics or like real life, and like
and I do love real life stuff.
And I'm not saying obviously we love Star Wars and love that too. I'm just saying where's the next set of true fantasy type stuff coming out down the pipe, because that's kind of the movies we've been watching, and there's just really not any of that out besides on TV, which TV is in the golden age of television right now, for sure. Um, but anything else that you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, you guys speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. But we actually on our next actual podcast that we're going to do Sunday, and you guys can be looking out for that. We are going to be discussing Wonder Woman, which I am very excited to discuss because I absolutely love Wonder Woman. And Patty Jenkins did an incredible job. Um, Wonder Woman to me, like I said on our the Dark Knight podcast, which I said the Dark Knight is my gold standard for comic book movies. To me, to me, Wonder Woman is right up there with it. Like it was
Yeah.
the next thing after that I was like, wow, this is really great. So I'm really excited to discuss Wonder Woman on the next.
I'll have to check out Sorry to Bother You, directed by Boots Riley. Great fantasy movie. Um,
How to Train Your Dragon. You know, I've never watched the How to Train Your Dragon. Or I mean, there's now multiple movies of those.
and do we remember Highlander? I don't think off the top of my head I remember that.
Do you know, I've actually been meaning to watch Ryan Blade Runner. And okay, answer this, Ryan. Would I need to watch the first Blade Runner to watch the new one, or would I be not confused if I watch just the latest Blade Runner? Does it matter? Would I have to watch the first one to get this new one? Because that did look interesting. But yeah, that would definitely, that's a good pick, which I've not seen. And yeah, I don't know anything about Dune, but I'm sure I'll go see it with all this huge cast that's got in it. And I know it was a big book that people really liked. But yeah, fantasy, I would say. I mean, I guess Game of Thrones would be considered fantasy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But
very much so.
that's television. Everything's on TV. Let's see.
Did you guys like how Game of Thrones ended?
Yeah, did you guys? I never watched Game of Thrones.
About Time is a great romance comedy movie.
I remember that. I think that has Justin Timberlake. Am I thinking of the right thing? No, I think that's Out of Time. I don't know. I'll have to. Yeah, you guys have given us a lot of interesting suggestions. That like, there's so many.
Honestly,
movies.
I am bored in life right now, and I need some good suggestions. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you can. Who doesn't like a good movie and finding something new? I was telling Natalie, I've really gone into *Halt and Catch Fire* on Netflix, which is set in the 80s, and
It's a good show.
yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, I recommend it on Netflix. The first season starts out a little slow, but then it gets pretty interesting, and I'm pretty fascinated with it. But yeah, I think that's about it. Unless you guys want to keep talking, I think that kind of does it for tonight. We didn't really have much to talk about, obviously, tonight. We just figured we would jump on. We're just really trying to get used to the live streaming. As you see, we're struggling because we're both ADD and we're trying to read the comments while also thinking, while also speaking. There's a lot going on. So
And to our viewer from Greece, Michelle and I actually had said recently we would love to. Looks like you have such a beautiful country. I'd love to go see it.
I'm pretty sure, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that the opening scenes of Wonder Woman are shot in Greece.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, it's gorgeous wherever
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, Greece looks absolutely beautiful. Lion, I never watched Lion, but Lion, I believe it has Nicole Kidman in it, doesn't it?
Ooh, now I like Nicole Kidman. Now I want to watch it.
I'm pretty sure she's in it.
To find his lost mother, true story. The true stories always get me too when they're well done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've never seen that, but I've heard good things about it. He said good night yes, good night.
Good night.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you. And guys, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, but we will be back, like I said, on Sunday to discuss, and it will be much more structured than today's conversation. We will be discussing Wonder Woman, which is one of my favorite comics. Absolutely love Wonder Woman. Love Patty Jenkins. And like Ryan, she would be a great pick for something in Star Wars. So that is it for this episode of Force of Light Entertainment. We hope you guys will check out our other episodes and tell people about this YouTube channel. We're trying to get subscribers because we're going to begin to do we'll keep doing our weekly podcast, but we will begin to do some, actually, I'm not going to put this on podcast. So this will just be a YouTube special tonight. So you guys get the YouTube special.
And thank you, Mr. Rez.
Yes, thank you everyone for showing up in the chat. You guys are awesome and talking with us. It's a pleasure to talk with all of you guys, and for you guys all about Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise is he just has that charisma. He's just great in everything he's in. But so awesome chatting with you guys about just kind of about random stuff about movies and 80s movies and television.
And feel free to share this video if you know somebody that might be interested in it, or our channel. Like and subscribe. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. And be on the lookout. Like I said, Sunday we will put out I don't know if we'll do a live stream. We'll think about it, but we'll at least put out a video and a podcast on our Wonder Woman conversation. So thank you for joining this conversation. And next time we will talk some more TVs and movies. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Good night.